Boom shakalaka, this huge player buying $10 billion of Bitcoin could be the spark that sends Bitcoin price parabolic, plus some of the most convincing charts as to why Bitcoin is likely to take off and why Bitcoin is becoming ever so more scarce. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video we're talking about the Bitcoin explosive price up 4% today, why it happened, some charts that prove that this could very well be the beginning of the explosive parabolic Bitcoin pump, and why you better get some soon before it runs out. Before we get into that, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love, where every day we post some of the best charts you can find on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies before anybody else posts them. Now, today, the markets scared, fear 27. Guess what? We're out of extreme fear. Thank goodness. That was getting to be a bit too much. Back to regular fear. Today, across the board, markets up 4%. Bitcoin at 41.28, Ethereum at 27.62, BNB at 3.86, XRP at 79 cents, Terra Luna at $88, Cardano 84 cents, Solana $87, and Avalanche $76. A lot of big gainers for the day. And if you want to know the top coins today to outpace the market, these coins today are up over 728%. over just holding Bitcoin alone. The top coins today would be Kyber Network Crystal, Deuce Finance, Maple, Waves, and Adapter Token. And if you want to check these out for yourself, where you could change the time horizon, even add low caps for potentially 100x gains, well, then you would want to check out Token Metrics. There is a discounted link down in the description. Now, one more thing before we get started, guys. There is a war going on in Ukraine. If you want to help stop the war, to donate to Ukraine, this is a project, rewater.io, rewater.io, and all of their donations, you can buy tiles here, all of their donations right now, 100% of the funds from the tile purchases will be donated to the National Bank of Ukraine Help Fund. So you can go do that, you can check that out, rewater.io, and you can buy a tile for as little as $5 US. That's not very much. That's like a Starbucks coffee. That's even less than most Starbucks coffees. So you could help out people in Ukraine if you haven't yet. Now, that being said, Bitcoin price today, finally, it appears like we have a candle outside of this downtrend we have been in since November. It took 1, 2, 3 pumps, and we're out. You know, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop? Well, apparently it's 3 Bitcoin pumps to break out of a month-long downtrend. That being said, looks like Bitcoin is still staying in this blue wedge that has been in. As a matter of fact, is kind of riding the middle very, very well. Could carry us all the way out to, I don't know, around $42,000 by July. But we could also have the price break out of here, because if it does break to the upside, and we have a bunch of stuff coming up as to why it could potentially break to the upside. If it breaks out of here, roughly around 45,000, if it gets above 46,000, that would be the confirmation point of this nice double bottom formation, which would mean a 97% chance that Bitcoin would break to $64,000. Very, very close to the previous Bitcoin all-time highs, which could send it, if we have the Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop, 1, 2, 3, and send it just like we had here, 1, 2, 3, and send it. I mean, how many licks does it take? You have to ask yourself that question. Now, today in the news, this giant player buying $10 billion of Bitcoin to open a new monetary era of the Bitcoin standard. So the Terra founder plans to obtain $10 billion Bitcoin for reserves, saying we're already buying. Quan also bullishly emphasized that stablecoin USDT, backed by $10 billion plus in Bitcoin reserves, will open a new era of monetary standard. He says it all right here on Twitter. Now, they're buying $10 billion of Bitcoin. Now, will that send the market cap of Bitcoin up $10 billion? No, likely more than that, because roughly every dollar of Bitcoin sends the price up $3, and there's limited supply. Now, is this any surprise that the Terra founder is buying more Bitcoin? As a matter of fact, no. We were talking about this about a week ago on March 11th. William Clemente posted, We've got over $1 billion coming in from stablecoin and $500 million coming in from Nayib Bukele in the next month into a relatively illiquid period, and no one is front running. Are we going to pump this Ponzi or what, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, as a matter of fact, we were talking about this about a week ago, saying that, yeah, probably this will send the price up. And this could potentially even be the end of the bear market. So we have been technically, based on the 7-day EMA of total supply and profit held by short-term holders, we've technically been in a bear market since that first peak back in April of 2021. Now, if you take a look at all of the Bitcoin bear markets, on average, they last about a year. Some of the longer ones, about a year and a half. Well, look at this. We're pretty much getting towards the close end of the territory for where it would be, could likely be the match that sends Bitcoin skyward. But that's not enough proof because we need to look at some more charts. So this chart right here, the reaccumulation structures at Bitcoin dormancy flow bottoms, we can see that every time the entity adjusted dormancy flow in orange comes down to this green line right here, every time. Amazing buying opportunity back in 2011, 2015, 2019, and yet again, right now. And not many people are talking about Bitcoin. Despite the price being low, not many people are talking about it. Well, just wait till the price hits $100,000. Then they'll be talking about it, because if we take a look at the Bitcoin proportion to supply held by long-term holders, it's at its most deflationary in history. We can see right down here. Now, it was the most inflationary during market tops back there in April of 2021, also December of 2017. Most inflationary. Most deflationary would be going on right now in the green, and this is the most it's ever been in history. We could take a look at this chart right here. This chart compares the amount of supply last moved in greater than 1 year to Bitcoin's inflation rate, and every time it breaks this blue line or touches it, guess what? Another great time to buy Bitcoin. 2013, 2015, 2019, 2020, and right now signaling amazing buy opportunities for Bitcoin. If you're sitting in the sidelines, you may not want to sit for too much longer. Also, this chart right here showing the illiquid supply shock ratio has just jumped up over the past week. And guess what? With Quan buying a lot more, 10 billion Bitcoin, guess what? Likely to jump up even higher. As a matter of fact, this is the highest it has been since January of 2018. Things are reversing. The market has turned its tides back here in 2019, 2020. Guess what? It is taking off even higher for much higher levels. If we take a look at this chart, just to give you an idea of how limited Bitcoin supply is, and you're saying, well, there's 21 million Bitcoin, duh. Well, not particularly. If we take a look here, right now, about 900 Bitcoin are mined every day. I know that's a lot of Bitcoin, but really that's not that much. Now, every day, almost 7,000 Bitcoin are moving into cold storage. That means we're adding 900, we're subtracting 7,000. It's not long before there's no more Bitcoin available. And if we take a look at when this number is so high, this is the long-term holder accumulation ratio. Right now it's at 7.6x. When it's this high, that has historically been Bitcoin bottoms. And when it's very low, that has historically been Bitcoin tops. So this suggests, again, that we are at a Bitcoin bottom. And lastly, one more chart to just rub it in there how, we're running out of Bitcoin. The amount of Bitcoin last moved more than 10 years ago just hit 2.4 million coins. These are Bitcoins that have not moved in 10 or more years. Over 10% of the Bitcoin supply, total supply, has not moved in more than 10 years. It's most likely most of these coins are lost forever. As Satoshi said, though, lost coins only make everyone else's coins worth slightly more. Think of it as a donation to everybody. This is my takeaway for the day, guys. There's not that many Bitcoin left, and a lot of them are lost, and they're only getting more and more scarce. There will come a day in the not too long future where having one Bitcoin will be life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. So that's all for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, if you're interested in donating to Ukraine, check out rewater.io, and also check out Token Metrics, of course, link down in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.